Hi, folks. Forgive the casual attire here late at night in the office at La Casa, but I've got a topic I wanted to share with you. The power of in-person appointments, the power of doing things in person. So I'm at a new client's office, spending a 5-hour session there 2 weeks ago, another 5 hours-ish last week to get to know their business well. And at the end of the 10 hours of intro, they asked me what are some of the lessons that I learned? What are some of the observations that I have as an outsider looking in, right? And I said, one of them is the power of in-person. So let me explain. The company did $1.1 million in sales last month, and almost 50% of it came from in-person appointments. So let me explain. They sell through 3 different methods: in-person face-to-face appointments, webinars, and phone calls. The close rate on in-person appointments, 36%. The close rate on webinars, if I'm not mistaken, was 18%-ish, and on phone calls, 11-12%. By the way, that mirrors us in my own coaching business. Fascinating. Okay, so one of the conclusions I had is very simple. You want to double your sales? You want to almost nearly double your sales as a company? Okay, or increase it by, let's just say 40-50% minimum, double the number of face-to-face appointments. And the owner said to me, yeah, but that's not possible, Dave. You know, we have offices in only certain cities. If a potential client calls us from Montana, there's not going to be near one of our offices. To which I said, doesn't matter. Open up 5, 6, 7 offices around the country for a couple of grand a month, try to cover the major metropolitan areas, and just based on the pure raw data, your volume will increase by another 400,000 or 500,000 a month, right? It's worth the 30,000 a month investment in offices and whatever, and the brain damage that comes with it. Hiring people, some of them don't work out, et cetera, et cetera. The power of in-person. You know what I also said? I said, there is another lesson in this. Your webinar appointments do not involve face-to-face. They're just doing these elegant presentations by webinar for people. So somebody's calling up and being booked on an appointment, they're not seeing the face of the sales person. So why don't you just do Zoom as well? Do the face-to-face. You can still show the webinar and the factual stuff, but if your potential client is seeing the face of the person that's their sales representative, there's a greater degree of trust. This is a big deal, a big, big deal. You could literally take the 18% and increase it to who knows what, somewhere between 18 and 36%. Is this making sense, folks? Okay. How do you practically apply this to your business? Well, there are a lot of practical applications. Let me give you one for my own business. So we have clients that purchase products from us, or we're performing services for them, and their complaints and their failings at times. So what do we do when there's a customer service problem? And the answer is we solve it by phone. Not a good move, because someone is likely to still hold a grudge against you if we're talking to them by phone, but it's different if it's face-to-face. What am I trying to say? So for my own team now, I've taken the customer service folks, and we actually measure on our weekly call now, we're tracking how many customer service problems they solved by video conferencing. Fascinating? By video conferencing. Why? Because the moment you get on a video with someone, the whole situation gets diffused. There's a relationship there. It's a wholly different thing, if that makes sense. You know, I know probably 2/3 or 3/4 of the people watching this video are somehow affiliated with the real estate industry. And my favorite example in real estate is you got a problem with a transaction in escrow and everybody loses their marbles like, oh man, I might lose this transaction. Why don't you simply get the client on a video call with you and with the escrow officer? Again, the problem will get diffused. I've had situations with clients where I get them on a video call and suddenly they're super nice and super cordial and the energy is about solving a problem. Does this make sense, folks? Okay. Face to face. Create that possibility for people and watch what happens. Not just to your sales closing, but to your resolution and solving problems. Hope this is helpful tonight. Thank you, folks.